from Florida.
I thank the Speaker. I rise in support of this resolution recognizing the mutual benefits for the United States and Japan of a treaty which went into effect exactly 50 years ago today. The Asia-Pacific region was a dangerous neighborhood a half a century ago. The United States and her allies had just fought the first hot battles of the Cold War on the Korean Peninsula. Tensions were high in the Taiwan Strait, and the war in Vietnam was just then emerging on the horizon. A half a century later, Asia, while now the prosperous trading hub of the world, is still dangerous. Only need look at the recent torpedoing of a South Korean naval vessel by a reckless North Korea to recognize that the Asia-Pacific region is not yet truly Pacific. Through all the perils in the Pacific, the United States-Japan Treaty of Mutual Cooperation and Security has stood as a cornerstone of a continued regional peace and prosperity. None of this would be possible without the contribution of the people of Japan, and especially those on Okinawa, through their continued hosting of our proud U.S. Armed Forces. The smooth transition from bitter adversaries to full partners is a tribute to the resiliency and the farsightedness of two people on opposite sides of the Pacific, the people of the United States and the people of Japan. The recent reaffirmation of the commitment to full implementation of the 2006 roadmap and the Guam International Agreement for Realignment of U.S. Armed Forces in Japan is a concrete step forward in cementing this crucial alliance. The mutual cooperation promised in the treaty 50 years ago, however, extends far beyond the Japanese islands. When the U.S. looked for partners in dealing with the aftermath of the devastating earthquake in Haiti early this year, Japan's self-defense forces were there working with their American counterparts. On the critical issue of the stabilization of the volatile situation in South Asia, Japan has been a generous contributor in economic assistance to both Afghanistan and Pakistan. And Japan has been a stalwart ally in our U.S. efforts to end the proliferation of nuclear weapons and missile technology by the reckless regime in Pyongyang. Both within the United Nations and during the six-party process in Beijing, Japan has stood shoulder to shoulder with its American ally in opposing continued North Korean nuclear brinksmanship. North Korean threats and aggressions continue. We should immediately relist North Korea as a state sponsor of terrorism. This is both because of Pyongyang's past abductions of Japanese citizens and because of North Korea's continued links to terrorist groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. There is no greater signal that this administration can send to the Japanese people in this treaty anniversary year than acting expeditiously to hold North Korea fully accountable for such terrorist activities. I join in the anticipation expressed in this resolution of another 50 years of unshakable friendship and deepening cooperation with the people of Japan. And Madam Speaker, we have no further requests for time, so at this time I'd like to yield the rest of our time.
The gentlewoman from Florida yields the balance of her time. The gentlewoman from California is recognized.
Madam Speaker, I have no further requests for time.